Out on the African savanna, there's this incredible clash of predators going on, one that's pretty misunderstood. You've got the high-speed cheetah going up against the relentless African wild dog. And really, it's a battle of strategy, biology, and just plain survival.
So, let's set the scene. You're looking at a single cheetah, the fastest thing on 4 legs, and it's just made a kill. It's completely gassed, panting from the insane energy it just used, but it was successful. For a split second, it really looks like a win. But then, bam, chaos. This quote is from someone watching this all go down, totally stunned, because out of nowhere, the whole scene is shattered by a new arrival, and that cheetah's victory is about to get snatched away.
And that brings us to the big question, right? How in the world does an animal built for pure, unbelievable speed get robbed so easily? Well, the answer comes down to 2 totally different blueprints for how to survive out here.
All right, so let's break down our first competitor, the cheetah. To really get why it's in such a tough spot, you have to understand its one incredible specialized skill.
I mean, everything about this cat, its super flexible spine, those claws that work like cleats, its huge lungs, it's all fine-tuned for one thing, a single explosive burst of speed. But that incredible weapon, it comes with a massive price. After that chase, the cheetah is completely spent. It needs to recover, and it needs to do it fast.
And in that moment, when it's just trying to catch its breath, it is wide open to this, kleptoparasitism. Yeah, it's a fancy scientific word, but it just means theft. It's a brutal fact of life on the savanna. For a cheetah that hunts alone, every single meal is at risk of being stolen.
And what's wild is just how often this happens. You think lions would be the biggest problem, but look at this. It's the spotted hyenas. They are responsible for a whopping 78% of all stolen kills. So for a cheetah, losing dinner isn't just an inconvenience. It's this constant life-or-death pressure.
And that vulnerability, it's not just about food. It extends to the next generation in a really, really tough way. This number is just staggering. 73% of all cheetah cubs will not live long enough to make it on their own. And that's almost entirely because of other predators.
This chart breaks down exactly who's responsible. And yep, it's lions. They account for more than 3/4 of all cub deaths. So think about it. If you're a cheetah mom, you're not just trying to hunt for your family. You're playing this constant, high-stakes game of hide-and-seek with predators that are so much bigger and stronger.
Okay, so that's the cheetah's side of the story. Now let's flip the script to look at the other predator in this showdown. We've met the lone sprinter, now it's time to meet the marathon team, the African wild dog, sometimes called the painted wolf. The secret to the wild dog's success is all about its social life. It's this incredibly complex society that's built on one thing: total cooperation. See, only the alpha pair has pups, but the entire pack, aunts, uncles, older siblings, they all pitch in to raise the little ones. They even let the pups eat first after a hunt. That teamwork right there, that's their superpower.
And their hunting style is just a masterclass in coordination. It's not about one quick burst. It's a system. First, they stalk, getting impossibly close. Then the pursuit. They just run and run and run, wearing their target down. And finally, once the prey is exhausted, they move in as a team and overwhelm it.
And here it is. This is the key difference. A wild dog can hold a speed of 37 miles per hour for more than 3 miles. A cheetah is way faster, sure, but only for a couple hundred yards. The wild dog trades that top-end speed for just unbelievable, lung-burning stamina.
So what's the result of all that teamwork and endurance? This, a hunting success rate between 70 and 90%. That is just off the charts. It makes them one of the absolute most efficient predators in Africa. The pack very, very rarely fails.
So when these two finally meet over a kill, what you're seeing isn't just a fight. It's a fundamental clash between 2 completely different evolutionary strategies. It's the ultimate sprinter versus the ultimate endurance team. Let's break it down side by side. On one side, you have the cheetah, a solo artist. Its entire game plan is a quick kill and an even quicker getaway. It has to avoid competitors. On the other side, you've got the wild dog pack. They're all about cooperation and endurance, and they're built to dominate any confrontation. They are playing 2 completely different sports.
So here's the bottom line. It really boils down to this simple idea. After a chase, the cheetah is that exhausted sprinter who just left everything on the track. The wild dog pack, they're a fresh team of marathon runners just arriving on the scene with tons of energy to spare. In that matchup, well, there's pretty much only one winner. But this whole story is bigger than just one stolen meal. If you zoom out from this specific conflict, you start to see that both of these incredible animals are actually fighting a much, much bigger battle.
Despite being such amazing hunters, the African wild dog is one of the most endangered carnivores on the entire continent. They're losing their habitat, they're dealing with disease, and their numbers have dropped so low, there are now fewer than 5,000 left in the whole world.
And the cheetah, with all its speed, can't outrun its own set of problems. It's officially listed as vulnerable. It's facing huge pressure from shrinking habitats and more conflicts with people. All that speed can't protect it from a world that's changing around it.
And that leaves us with this one last, pretty powerful question. We've just looked at this ancient rivalry, one born from millions of years of evolution. But now, as their worlds get smaller and the threats they both face get bigger every day, you just have to wonder, can these two magnificent survivors really afford to be enemies anymore?